Lacrosse fans, welcome back inside the Ladner Leisure Center as we get set for Game 3 of Day 1 featuring Standing Buffalo. And the hometown two-time defending Cup champions, Ladner Pioneers. As you can see the odds on the bottom of your screen right now, courtesy of CoolBet, coolbet.com, your go-to source for all things lacrosse odds. As what do we got here, Teddy? Pretty heavy favorite for the Pioneers and favored by 2 goals in this one. An over-under of 16.5. What are you liking as far as the lines go?
I'm going to probably hammer all 3 in favor of the hometown Pioneers. Give me the favorites, give me the spread, give me the over. This is a Standing Buffalo team that hasn't been together very long. This is a Ladner Pioneer team that's looking to win 3 President's Cups in a row. I think they're going to want to come out firing. They're going to want to come out firing fast, get this crowd into it, and I think we could see our first lopsided game so far.
Leisure Center filling up as Six Nations and Allegheny winners earlier today. They are 1-0. Victoria and Edmonton 0-1. And now it's time for Standing Buffalo against Ladner. Still one more game to come tonight. Snake Island and Allegheny will come up after the opening ceremonies. As we're just about set to go, let me get you some officials here for game number 3. Mark Smith, my man, Herbie John, Nate Chason, and Vince Burrell will be your standby official. Vincent Burrell will be your standby official here for game number 3.
If you're keeping track on all things lacrosse, congratulations to Elora, who are your 2024 Founders Cup champion, knocking off the hometown Hamilton team 10-1. And it's currently 3-2 Peterborough over Six Nations in Game 5 of the MSL Finals, as we are here for Game 3 of Day 1 of the President's Cup.
Borough and Six Nations tied at 2, of course.
Well, we got a little quick time scratches.
Yep.
For Standing Buffalo, Sam Murphy, Lyndon Koopa, Sandis La Suisse, and Brody Uzichapi, and Keanu Noon. For Ladner, Patrick Corbett, Danny McDermott, Keegan Kozak, and Mark Yingling.
Time now for the Haudenosaunee song, and O Canada opening face-off is next.
God, keep our land, Lord.
there's a train in the building. No.
Are they allowed air horns in here?
Apparently so. Ladner Pioneers set to kick off the President's Cup here against Standing Buffalo in the Fighting Sioux. As Standing Buffalo are their blacks, Pioneers in their whites. Teddy Jenner, Jake Elliott with you. Game number 3 set to go. What are you looking for here in this one, Teddy?
Well, like we kind of mentioned right at the top, I want to see this Pioneers team come out, flex the muscle a little bit. Obviously, there are some star-studded players on this Standing Buffalo team. Shiliano between the pipes, Schattler, Evans, Dixon. Like, they're going to have some talent. But I think what they lack in team depth, the Pioneers have to take advantage of.
Maybe a little chemistry as well as two good buddies, best of friends, might say. Shiliano against Del Bianco in this one. Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. As facing off there and winning it is Zabo. As he took that draw against Brandon Clellan. And here comes James Ray onto the floor. With that Ladner team, as many of these returners, but a couple of new faces, including the Jones boys.
Is that Jason Jones?
It is.
Wow.
There's a shot from Bromley. Shot clock winding down here on Ladner. This is Patrick Thompson. It's the silver numbers on the back of the black jerseys. Curtis Dixon in his familiar number 17.
With the standard half tuck.
There you go. Wayne Gretzky, his favorite hockey player. This is Sean Evans. Down to Dixon. And took a high check, or maybe a low one there as he is feeling the effects. As the shot clock expires here on Standing Buffalo.
Good opening possession for Standing Buffalo, the Fighting Sioux.
Be a chance here for Benesh as he tried to feed across the crease, and that possession ends quickly.
Talked with head coach Russ Matthews, saying that this Standing Buffalo team is a small reservation, about 600-700 people just outside of Regina, and hopefully many of them are tuning in here tonight on BC Sports TV. Thanks for tuning in.
Dave Pym and Kyle Cooling over on the Standing Buffalo bench. Ross Frelick, Matt Beers, Freddie Klump.
Mike Mallory.
There you go. Good stump for Del Bianco early in this one. And there he is, the legend, Jeff Schattler.
Can't be long before he's an NLL Hall of Famer.
I would not think so, no. Get my vote, tell you that. And here's a chance in transition as Tyler Pace just unable to corral that long feed.
It'll be interesting to see, what this Ladner team can do and how successful they can be. Obviously, this is a long-term move we talked about all day, but you got to get off to a hot start. You got to get a first win under your belt. And to do it here on a hot afternoon on a Sunday, great way to start things.
Good crowd on hand here at the Leisure Center as Curtis Dixon took a high check from Barker, and he'll draw calls. He sends one to the goal. And welcome to the President's Cup, Curtis Dixon. That will probably not be the last high stick he takes.
Nope. And he will welcome them all as long as it sends his team to the power play. And let's see what this power play unit can do with Dixon, Schattler, and Evans, the key cogs in it.
Adam Saunders out there as well. And who do we got down there on this near crease? I think that's Reed Murphy who will play this near side. As Evans will be the quarterback. Like you mentioned, Dixon, Schattler out there as well.
Probably, arguably, two of the best goalies in this tournament.
Yep.
No shade to Nick Damoud or any of the goaltenders we've seen so far, but the most high profile, along with Nicky Damoud.
No question about that. Sean Evans. Saunders down to the crease. Schattler. And there's Del Bianco with a popper and stop as Hanare tried to bring it along. As everybody whacking away, and I don't know why there was not a reset on the shot clock there, but the Fighting Sioux will get it back regardless.
There was supposed to be a reset. Good job by the officials to keep the play going, but I think if they knew the reset was there, the Ladner Pioneers would have kept going.
Yeah. 3:15 in, scoreless. Sub shot. There's Tomporowski. No stranger to the President's Cup. Spent time with the Brewers, if I recall.
Yep. It's a shot. Classic Curtis Dixon, low to high, trying to get the reset off the shoulder.
Here's Doucette with a lane to the goal. Jake Doucette off the butt end of Chiliano as Tyler Pace will run down a loose ball.
Good first save there for Frankie.
Wide open Bromley, and he shot it wide. Short-handed bid there for Ladner goes by the wayside.
Yeah, a couple good looks for the Pioneers. Just getting through the middle. And again, there are many talented players on this Fighting Sioux team. Many have been in the President's Cup before, but we will start to see a bit of a difference between these two teams, just overall depth and talent.
Just realized Christian Del Bianco wearing the number 0. That's a statement. And there's a save off Evans. Cross crease. There's another stop for the Phenom. Toporowski will pick it up in the corner with 20 to go on the shot, or penalty time, excuse me, as Evans, skip feed, Schattler scores. Dynamic duo they will be here this week in Ladner. Sean Evans sets up Schattler, 1-0, standing Buffalo.
And it all starts off the reset, loose ball in the corner, and then just tic-tac-toe. Started with Toporowski to Evans, and then the one-time feed to Schattler, and we've seen him do that a couple hundred times in his career.
Yeah, more than that. I'm thinking about the amount of point totals between Sean Evans and Jeff Schattler. You can throw Curtis Dixon into that equation as well. You're probably looking at about 3,000, 3,500 points between the three of them.
Give or take 1,000.
Maybe a chance here. And Del Bianco looking behind him. He's got it in front of him.
Gonna have to ask Delbs what's up with the bagel.
Oh, yeah. I mean, doesn't look like 35 is
taken.
Well, I don't know, actually. Maybe Robbie Cook, Cookie Monster, might have his number retired here in Ladner.
It is, right up there.
Oh, there you go. Well, that explains that.
Instant analysis.
I mean, we want to talk about Ladner Pioneer legends.
Yeah. In no relation to Rob Cook or Cody Cook from Victoria.
No.
I always thought there was, but no.
Scored a good one. Robbie Cook back in my senior B days, my 3 games I played Teddy. Right here in Ladner, in fact. There's Doucette, 3-on-1. Backhand feed, and not a good one for Claire.
Yeah, make the easy pass there.
We'll have to retreat.
Had Cody Adamson all alone on the other side.
Sokolowski waiting for an open teammate. And now Schattler. Well, lollipop one here for Curtis Dixon. 12 on the shot clock. Across the top. Trying to feed off. Player not ready to accept the pass. Schattler goes after it with Carey on his tail. He'll shovel it low. Time winding down, and the Fighting Sioux will just dump in the corner.
You got to think that Christian Del Bianco has a pretty good book on Schattler, Dixon, and Evans.
Yeah. He's got a pretty good book on everybody.
True story, Jake.
Here's Pace. Here's Bromley, who fires one off the shoulder of Chiliano, who's stopped all shots sent his way. Just 3 of them so far, though, for the Pioneers.
Rocking his Saskatchewan Rush helmet.
And you feel like here's James Ray spinning. Took a cross check in the back. And, you know, they do have a little firepower up front, no question about it. But you have the feeling in this one, anyways, Frankie's going to need to stand on his head.
Yep, I agree.
Benesh, the ageless wonder, off the crossbar. Cannot believe Ryan Benesh is playing in another President's Cup.
Just playing.
Yeah.
I think this might be a good telltale sign if he can get through this tournament feeling pretty good.
Oh, what a feed.
We might see him back in the NLL this year.
I think we will. Gonna collect that paycheck, man. Here's a shot from Pace, and he's denied by Chiliano up high. As the ball will go to the wall here, and Pace will collect for another 30.
Yeah, these are where you got to make teams pay on the repeat possessions.
Jones, a backdoor look for Keith. And he's called in the crease.
How long has the big man been a Pio?
Oh, quite some time. Spent a couple of years in Coquitlam early in his senior A career, but a fixture here for the Pioneers. And that's why he wears the C.
Talk about weapons.
The big boy. As here comes Shawnee Evans. Wearing that logo on this left side. Dixon, 5 on the shot clock, falls down, gets back up, sheds a check, fake take, and ripped it wide. Shot clock violation on Standing Buffalo.
He's so good at just getting half a foot of space to be able to throw that shot. And it's not often that it misses. That one, again, just about a couple inches away from Del Bianco's shoulder.
Pioneers trying to find the back of the goal for the first time here tonight. Mitch Jones wearing number 4, up to pace. Back to Jones, down to the crease. Bromley, feet across. A little show and go. And a bounce shot from Hayden Dixon, no relation to Curtis. Denied by Chiliano.
Hayden Dixon, a Flatlander, born and raised.
Taking the year off of Senior A to come here and try and win himself a President's Cup. Jones. And Chiliano says no.
Frankie's looked good early.
I think just volume for the Pioneers. Just throw everything you can to the goal. And try and wear Frankie down this week.
Yep. Some aggressive stick work on Schattler.
Nathan Hanare.
He play for New Zealand?
He is a Kiwi, yes. Maybe a chance coming here. Barker on the scoop. 2 hands on your stick, Owen. Now he's got it. Here he comes, Owen Barker, and he floated it over the goal.
A good follow-up there by Jake Carey just to stay with the play. Find that loose ball and another possession here for the Pioneers.
Pace will send it up for Benesh with 15 on the shot clock. Feed into the slot for Bromley. It comes right back to Benny. He'll slip in, and he shot that one wide as well. Gets his own rebound, pass to the crease. Bromley scores. Oh, clip it. Why not? For Bromley, who faked out Chiliano. And tucks it far side.
Just watch the loose ball here from Ryan Benesh. Late in the third, he could have shot it, but great dexterity, stick work, and agility from Bromley to put that one past Frank Chiliano. And it's not an under 10 timeout, but if Delb's going to go for water, Frankie's going to go for water.
Yeah. Well, sneaky.
Yeah. Pioneers bench screaming for a delay game, and Nate Chason's like, your goalie just went for water.
The games
Let him begin.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Dave Pym knows a lot of these players, as does Kyle Cooling. The cross community is such a small one.
Both have coached in the President's Cup. Kyle Cooling, his latest stint back in Nanaimo of his hometown now. Well, originally from Coquitlam, but now resides in the Harbor City. Coming up short in overtime against the Miners in their third of their three-peat. Del Bianco on the outlet for Adamson. He's got a lane to the goal. Here comes Cody Adamson. Scores! Little head fake.
Watch how long he's looking bottom corner here. As soon as he crosses this way, he's like looking bottom corner. No, going top corner.
Yeah, that's a good sell. As Cody with the ability to play up front or out back, and looks like he'll run the back gate here for the Pioneers and picks the corner.
Yeah, obviously the opening goal from Standing Buffalo was a big one for them to get this tournament going, but we're starting to see the Pioneers start to get their legs underneath them.
As ball comes free and knocked towards Toporowski. Also taking part in that 2018 tournament. A little longer in the tooth now, as we are. Schattler playing for Nanaimo in that tournament as well.
That was such a fun tournament that year.
Oh my goodness. What an atmosphere inside Frank Crane.
Yep. It's always great when you have a host team in tournaments like this, because you're going to get those big crowds on the big games, the marquee matchups late at night. It just adds to the atmosphere of everything.
Timberman fans showed up for that one, no question. Dixon. Jason Jones, the pass a little askew. And Standing Buffalo will scoop this one up here with Dyzik.
Yeah, a couple good defensive sets here for the Fighting Sioux.
Talking about making a statement. Isaac wearing number 1. And he's not a goalie.
It's a career choice.
It sure is. Here's Evie. Fired that one wide. And Claire will knock it to the corner. Still a lot of time on the shot clock here.
And just letting the clock wind down. Again, these lengthy tournaments. Christian Del Bianco knew it was an under 10 timeout. Going to get his water break. Just let the whistle go.
That's why Christian said, leave it, I'm thirsty. And he'll get his water break here after a conversation with the official.
How about the folks from Extreme Threads, Jake? They're the official uniform supplier for the Western Lacrosse Association and teams around the world. Your one-stop shop for customized team or company apparel, embroidery, screen printing, sublimated uniforms, and more. If you want more, check them out. extremethreads.ca.
Update, Rick Mang has switched to the tank top as it's turned to afternoon. He's got a coffee cup going too, Teddy. I'm not sure if it's coffee in there, to be honest with you.
No judgment. It's Jackson Dillon in the crowd here tonight, coming off a Minto Cup win with the Coquitlam Junior Adnaks.
Father Dilly, Chris in the house.
Silas Richmond was floating around here earlier. It is so great to have, we talked about in the last game, you got the Minto, and then literally 48 hours later you start the President's Cup, just 40 minutes apart from these two cities. Great lacrosse communities.
Can we get an update out of Peterborough?
Maybe.
8:42 here to go in the first 2-1 Ladner.
I'd love to give you one, but they're not telling me the score.
And they're not in Peterborough either. They're in Six Nations tonight. So tough to get an update out of Peterborough, but we'll get you a score here momentarily as we get back underway from Ladner. And these Pioneers can come at you in waves offensively. Benesh, Jones, Pace, Dixon. The list goes on. Good strip there from Benesh. He's got Jones in behind the play, but the pass floated away. And Chiliano with the big wooden goal stick will corral that one.
Yeah, good set play there by the Ladner Pioneers. They had the look, but Standing Buffalo played it very well defensively and then got kind of lost with Mitch Jones, and luckily for them, the pass was just over his reach.
11-10, your shots on goal in favor of Ladner. As that pass intended for Dixon was knocked down. Toyaki also knocked down, and here comes the Ladner penalty.
And so far, Standing Buffalo 1 for 1 with the man advantage, a chance to tie this game up. And, you know, we always say in the world of lacrosse, the longer you let teams stay in a game, the more confidence they build. And right now, if you're Dave Pym, you're that coaching staff with Russ Matthews and Kyle Cooling, you got to be happy with the way your team's playing in the opening 12 minutes.
Well, they're right in it, no question about it. And now they're going to get themselves a power play to try and tie the game. And this is where they can do their damage when they got a man up with 3 absolute legends on the floor. Scheller. Evans. Saunders. Right back to him. Tucking in. Del Bianco gets enough to keep it out.
Oh, there's your white nets, Jake.
You think that one was in?
Yep. I certainly do.
Not sure if we'll get a replay of that momentarily or not. Yeah. There's another stop for Del Bianco. Yeah, I mean, you know where I come out on having white nets with a white lacrosse ball. It's absolutely insane, but here we are.
Oh, Jacob Doucette had a man off the bench and
shorthanded, decided to hang on to it.
3-3, Peterborough, Six Nations, Game 5.
Thank you. Just over 13 to go in the second there. Sketchy pass across the floor, ends up with Ray. Almost tripped up, then he was. Finds Jones. And Chiliano with his best stop of the contest.
That's a huge save, shorthanded from Frankie, denying Jones slipping through the middle.
.45 seconds to go. And the man advantage as Del Bianco kicks out a leg. Carey tried to one-hand a loose ball. Hanari will scoop with 2. Off the bench quickly comes Hayden Dixon, and probably should have waited a half more second before trying to feed him. Now we got some Dixon on Dixon action. And it'll be Ladner ball.
Good hustle back by Standing Buffalo just to cause that turnover after Dixon missed it.
And now Curtis trapped on defense.
15 left on the minor.
Evans and Irving hang out in the other end while they work 3-on-4 down low. And here's Hayden Dixon to the goal. Oh, he had him on the stretch, but now Curtis is going to take a penalty.
So with 6 seconds left in the minor, we'll play a short, brief 4-on-4, and then Ladner will have their first power play of the night. And Curtis Dixon will make the walk to the box. And are they going to pull Delbs here and go 5-on-4?
Well, just 6 seconds left to go in the penalty, so I think they just want to bring out the personnel, save a little time on the shot clock.
Well scouted, Jake.
Innovative coaching. I like it. And here we go. I mean, he's still got to run across the floor, so I don't know exactly what that did for the...
Just that gave Delb some more water.
Yeah, I guess. Down to the crease. Benesh can't find the 5-hole.
Good job by Frankie just to stay stoic there. He knew Benny was going to throw a fake.
Turnover. Jones. Benesh again. Does he miss twice? He does.
Didn't even hit the net this time. That's a fine, Benny.
He'll dial it in.
No doubt about it.
Ray, Dixon, Pace, Jones, Benesh. What a power play unit here. Mitch Jones, Tyler Pace, Mitch Jones, cross crease. Here's Ray, flip down to Dixon. 5 on the shot clock, and then a drop there for Ray, and they don't get a shot on goal.
Yeah, maybe one too many there from James Ray, but I think this Ladner team would probably give some WLA teams a run for their money.
100%.
Just like I think Six Nations could probably give some NLL teams a run for their money.
110%.
Ooh.
In some trouble as Cleland lost the handle as Claire will fish it up. Take a couple of healthy whacks there as they'll get to center. Another penalty call coming up as Herbie John sticks an arm in the air. Here's Benesh and into the stick of Chiliano.
A crafty little shot fake there from Benny to give himself some space. But again, Frank Chiliano, tall between the pipes.
Stop 13 of 15 so far.
I think it's Aiden Tawayaka going to head off. 2 minutes on the rough. So 5-on-3 here for Ladner.
Careful. So keep a man high here in James Ray, who's solid defender in his own right.
Shatler's got his chin strap undone, playing top of the short man.
It's Mitch Jones. Scores. That happened very quickly. They need a recharge on the air horn, apparently. But that one will take out one man out of the box. Still a minute and 51 up on the board here for Toeyaki.
Yeah, watch Benesh flash to the middle, draws the defense in, and then they go to the backside to Jones, and Frankie's expect him to put it short side. And then he stings it in the far corner.
A little nicer doing that on the turf than on the concrete.
Sure is.
And back underway we go here with this Ladner power play, now up 2. Jones at the point, Benesh sidearm and pulled the trigger a little too tight there. 10 on the shot clock, Bromley. And there's a real heartbeat of this team. Jones, Bromley, and denied. Benesh knocked down, ball loose, picked up. And Sokolowski with a free clear.
Good job by Sokolowski just to find that loose ball in traffic and run to space.
Still time to kill off here, however, over a minute. As the double team comes at Evans, he finds Torporowski. Dixon on a backdoor cut. He'll pick it up in the corner. It's Connor Davis.
Oh.
Wow.
Superman got super lucky on that one, a short-handed goal.
Watch it again here. Dixon on the wrong side of the floor. But like only Curtis Dixon can do, fools the goaltender Del Bianco. Which, they had the potential to be teammates once again for the Calgary Roughnecks. But as we know, Christian has said he's not going to report to Calgary. And Curtis Dixon being traded from San Diego back to the Roughnecks, where he didn't leave on particularly great terms, I would say, Teddy. And
yep,
you wonder what's going to happen there as well.
It's going to be a crazy few weeks in the National Lacrosse League with all the news that's floating around.
Still a power play here for the Pioneers. James Ray on the flip. There's Dixon on the take. Will it stay? No, it comes back across center.
How'd that not hit one of the beams?
Low ceiling here in the Leisure Center. And it's hot, I'll tell you that.
Doesn't help that they got the end doors open, letting all that hot air in.
Got
fans going.
30 fans around the building here, trying to keep the air circulated.
Five seconds left before Aiden Toyaka comes out.
So it'll be a successful kill and a shorthanded goal as Dixon looking for another, forces Del Bianco to make a good stop. And they'll get a reset on the shot clock. Slow pace to this one compared to our previous game for sure.
Yeah.
Toporowski on the tuck. Stop for Del Bianco, and Evans the loose ball this time.
We talk about it all game long, and we will all tournament long. Repeat possessions in the President's Cup as this tournament goes on and these games go on will be vitally important.
Schettler tried his patented bouncer to the far side. That got partially blocked. Evans will pick it up in the corner with 10. Bounces out to Schettler, traps it down, loading, shooting. And that one just off the target as well.
Schettler likes to kind of be very deceptive with his shots, faking low, then coming up over the top, trying to get Del Bianco to bite low.
Quick take there. That's not going to get it done on Chiliano. So quick possession on the Pioneers, who still have a 1-goal lead here. But the Fighting Sioux of Standing Buffalo right in it against the two-time defending champs. Toporowski comes to this near corner. Reed Murphy. And the ball will roll friendly for Del Bianco as the outlet's here for Barker. Brings it in at center. Barker going to shoot it, and Chiliano will get enough of that one to have it spit out. Now do the Fighting Sioux want 2 for 1?
And it looks like they're going to eat it and maybe try to get a late reset.
I mean, Teddy, this is about as slow of a pace as
Yeah.
you're going to find for a senior lacrosse game right here. And this is probably the strategy of the Fighting Sioux by design to try and limit the Pioneers to as few offensive possessions as they possibly can.
Baden Boyanko a little aggressive. How many men do Ladner have out there?
Way too many. Mitch Jones down to the crease and off of Chiliano as the clock will tick down to 0. 3-2 Pioneers over the Fighting Sioux after 20 as the Pioneers outshoot them 20-16.
Great first period for the Fighting Sioux. Got to be happy with their effort. Now they just got to clean some things up in the break and come back for the second.
We will clean ourselves up in the break as well. We'll be back in 10 minutes' time with second period action here on BC Sports TV.
Embrace the unexpected. Cool Bet.
We've had great fans. It's been really motivating for our guys.
We want to put on a good product on the floor for the fans that are going to come here and spend their hard-earned money.
And as Martel slips it 5-hole. And his ball again down the middle. How did he hang on to that? Scores! Keegan Ball!
It's what they did in that room that turned the season around. I don't think we make that run without the support of the fans.
Here's Sean Beatties! And he scores!
What does it mean to be Canadian? It's toughness. It's grit. You know who bears the red and white. You know the history. You know the storylines, and you know its weight. I've been there. I know what it takes. It's preparation for domination. It's the brotherhood so you could. It's long nights and longer days. That separates the good from the greats. This is Canada.
Woo. That's fresh.
Embrace the unexpected. Cool Bet.
We've had great fans. It's been really motivating for our guys.
We want to put on a good product on the floor for the fans that are going to come here and spend their hard-earned money.
And as Martel slips it 5-hole. And his ball again down the middle. How did he hang on to that? Scores! Keegan Ball!
It's what they did in that room that turned the season around. I don't think we make that run without the support of the fans.
Here's Sean Beatties! And he scores!
What does it mean to be Canadian? It's toughness. It's grit. You know who bears the red and white. You know the history. You know the storylines, and you know its weight. I've been there. I know what it takes. It's preparation for domination. It's the brotherhood so you could. It's long nights and longer days. That separates the good from the greats. This is Canada.
Woo. That's fresh.
Embrace the unexpected. Cool Bet.
We've had great fans. It's really motivating for our guys.
We want to put on a good product on the floor for the fans that are going to come here and spend their hard-earned money.
And as Martel slips it 5-hole. And his ball again down the middle. How did he hang on to that? Scores! Keegan Ball!
It's what they did in that room that turned the season around. I don't think we make that run with all the support of the fans.
Here's Sean Beatties! And he scores!
What does it mean to be Canadian? It's toughness. It's grit. You know who bears the red and white. You know the history. You know the storylines, and you know its weight. I've been there. I know what it takes. It's preparation for domination. It's the brotherhood so you could. It's long nights and longer days. That separates the good from the greats. This is Canada.
That's fresh.
Embrace the unexpected. Cool Bet.
We've had great fans. It's really motivating for our guys.
We want to put on a good product on the floor for the fans that are going to come here and spend their hard-earned money.
And as Martel slips it 5-hole. And his ball again down the middle. How did he hang on to that? Scores! Keegan Ball!
It's what they did in that room that turned the season around. I don't think we make that run with all the support of the fans.
Here's Sean Beatties! And he scores!
What does it mean to be Canadian? It's toughness. It's grit. You know who bears the red and white. You know the history. You know the storylines, and you know its weight. I've been there. I know what it takes. It's preparation for domination. It's the brotherhood so you could. It's long nights and longer days. That separates the good from the greats. This is Canada.
Welcome back to the President's Cup in Ladner. Period 2, game 3. 3-2 your score. Below the whistle, let's play some lacrosse. Pioneers in front of the Fighting Sioux as we begin second period action. Jake Ellett, Teddy Jenner with you here from a steamy leisure center in Ladner.
Nice job by Jordan McKenzie to win that opening face-off.
And just a quick note, we are aware of our camera issues. We're working diligently to rectify that situation. Appreciate everybody's patience and understanding.
Shout out to all the people watching at the pub here in town. Maybe
There's Carey.
come check out a game.
Yeah, what are you doing at the pub? Get over here to the leisure center. We got a beer garden here.
Sure do. This is great transition from Ladner. Just loose ball behind their own net. Up the floor, Jake Carey. And he puts it past Frank Chiliano. Restore the 2-goal lead. Georgie's back.
Doesn't score many. Welcome back, George. Second period started, just in case you were wondering. Man's got to get his caffeine. Look out from behind.
That's McKenzie again.
Yeah, battle for a loose ball as it pops high, hits the dasher, and into the pocket of Davidson. So Ladner with a 2-goal lead once again. In what is another rather low-scoring affair so far. Tyler Pace passed up an even juicier look there, but he fed Benesh on the back door. And now it's James Ray. Stood up, double team, ball loose. Trying to get it back here, and he'll run out of time.
Great defensive play there by the Fighting Sioux D.
Yeah, been a bit of a tough start for James Ray, I must say.
The no-look one-timer from Evie. Expect him to shoot for everywhere.
Chance here for Pace. And he put that one wide on Chiliano.
Tried to jam it 5-hole off the turf.
Cody Adamson, who had a goal in the first, says, let's slow a possession down here. Benesh blocked. That's not what you're looking for there.
Numbers again.
There we go. Coming right in there, scores! It's Cleland.
Dogger.
Makes it 4-3 as he looked off Evans and puts it past Del Bianco.
Well, he probably saw Evans miss the net on the last 2-on-1. Today, I can at least do that. And beats Delb's far side, stick side.
The fireman's got a little scoring touch in his stick.
Again, it all starts from good defense in the Fighting Sioux end. And McKenzie's now won 3 draws in a row against Zabo.
Yeah, some guys just have the number of other. Late arm goes up here for Herbie John. And he'll get a push on the back here coming to Standing Buffalo and Patrick Thompson.
Now it's Bromley that got run from behind into the boards. In the change box, too.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll just call him on a legal cross-check, but maybe lucky that it's not more than that.
Well, we saw in the Minto.
Yeah.
Cam Sanders, or was it Dylan or Cam that did it?
It was Cam, I believe.
Cam basically started cross-checking the guy and ran him right into his own D-gate. And an easy call for the officials for a 2 in a game, and I think that's what Ryan Keith's talking
that's exactly what
to
he's
Mark
talking
Smith about right now.
Yeah, he's not going to get the call, however, but a penalty nonetheless here for the Pioneer power play.
My guess is they're saying it was just a scrambled loose ball and not players on a change.
I don't think it matters. Any infraction inside the change box, I think, should be an automatic. That's what it's there for. Well, among other things, of course, but here's Ray around a screen. Kicks off.
Oh, he had him.
Dixon was on the cut through the middle. Now from behind the goal, Jones up to Ray. He'll fake and flip. Jones shoots. Chiliano stops. But it'll be the Pioneers that come away with possession, the stick of Benesh.
Great pursuit by Benny.
Double hidden ball trick. Pace. 1-2 with Jones. Ray over the shoulder for Dixon. And he handcuffed him with that one. As Chiliano lobs up. Evans brings it in. Sean Evans into the stick of Del Bianco.
The D-man from the Fighting Sioux wasn't even 5 feet from his door, and Frankie was already throwing it to Evie.
There's a chance. Chiliano, another quality stop.
Man, he's looking good right now.
Just takes up so much net and then has the ability and agility when he's a little out of position. That's over and back. Man, how does that gun? All right. Here's Keegan Rittinger. Doucette. And off the shoulder of Chiliano. And yeah, I know that's a good 3-on-2 there, but when you got the firepower that the Pioneers have on their power play, might be better set to bring out the 5-man offensive unit in that situation. Now a chance here for Standing Buffalo to kill off just about the remaining time here. As Dixon on a backdoor cut will pop out and get the pass. 2 on the shot clock. Dixon. An easy stop for Del Bianco.
Dixon ever dangerous with and without the ball. And Standing Buffalo back to even strength.
So a successful kill and still down just 1 here to the Pioneers. There's Tyler Pace. Quick move. Pace, dip and dunk. Where is it? Crease call, says the official.
Yeah, he ran right past the stick check of Schattler and went far side, short side on Chiliano, but stepped in the crease. Good look there for Pace.
4:40 into this, excuse me, 4:40 into the second. Evans down to the crease, Toporowski. Loose ball for Doucette. And here come the Pioneers in transition. Adamson, 3-on-2. Wrong side of the floor. Barker hits the trailer. Jason Jones. And Chiliano falling down made that stop.
Jason Jones, a little water bug, sped out of that front door right down the middle. Great feed, but an even greater save from Frank. He's going to keep this team in a lot of games in this tournament.
I will. Del Bianco can't stop that one. As Toeaki squeezes it by, and we're tied at 4. Look out here.
That's 2 from the near side boards on Del Bianco's glove side that have gone in from tough angles.
Who is now the self-proclaimed leader of the Jack Cask fan club.
Truth. But that's a big goal. We talk about letting teams hang around. And the Fighting Sioux have fought their way right back into this game.
5.5 into the second, and we are tied up at 4.
Sure, it's only the second period. I feel like I've been here all day.
Well, you have been. That's why you feel like that. And we've still got another game to come here tonight. Snake Island and the Arrows of Allegheny.
Yeah, I guess Allegheny will probably feel a little more tired than we will in that game.
That's debatable. Mitch Jones with a shot wide. And out of play it goes into the Pioneer bench, and they want to run quickly. Maybe for the first time in this game, as they have really slowed this thing down, and Pioneers kind of playing right into their hands.
Yeah, talking with Rob Williams between periods, man, that was a slow period. He's like, Standing Buffalo's playing the way they have to play this game.
Chance here, however, and Del Bianco controls the rebound. Quick outlet for Doucette.
Take the pace, take the crowd out.
On comes Ray. It's Jason Jones with it right now. A bounce pass for James Ray. Up top for Pace. Now Benesh. Corner feed Jones. Something on here for the Pioneers. Ray will circle top side. Look into the middle. Passes off. Jones on the shot, and Chiliano with a stick save.
Standing Buffalo just continually getting out on hands. They're running off picks, staying on their man, and not letting easy outside shots go. And especially when the Pioneers are trying to run a set play, it's very well scouted.
Schaller to Evans. Dixon running through the middle. He likes his matchup on Davidson. Inside roll. Dixon scores.
You called it, Jake. Found a man on an island. Evans vacates space given the one-on-one. And it was the defensive Nathan Hanari who actually slid over for the double team wisely, but didn't take the underneath away. And when you know Curtis Dixon has a man on an island, you have to take the underlane. And that's just a textbook Curtis Dixon goal.
Vintage Superman right there inside the Leisure Center. Can't believe it. You know, Minto Cup, President's Cup, back-to-back Leisure Centers, Teddy.
It's the summer of leisure, man.
Poirier Sports and Leisure Complex, now the Ladner Leisure Center.
I might have to utilize the pool one of these days.
Yeah, I'm not to get off track here. Not a big public pool guy.
Yeah, fair. Maybe Mouse will let us go to his house. 8 seconds on standing Buffalo.
And Hayden Dixon down on the Tebow in front of the Pioneer bench now steps on there.
Should be over and back, and a little frustration starting to show on this Pioneers team.
You can tell standing Buffalo has
They got numbers again.
really kind of caught him off guard. Here's Evans down to the crease, and I'm sure he was ready for that pass was Toeaki, and now a chance back to their way here for Claire. But Adamson won't force the issue. He wants to run this one himself. Here comes Adamson, scores! Cody Adamson with his second. And a coast-to-coaster here at the Prezi.
That's a nice run from Cody Adamson, much like he did on the first one. And just using the speed for the big man. Get right down the lane. Pioneers had numbers, but nobody stepped to the man with the ball. And just, it's like, yeah, I'll do it again. And he went 5-hole on Frank. 6-4 Nations over the Lakers, start of the third period.
Here's another chance. Pace! And Chiliano, one of those timely stops you need out of your goaltender there. The possession will stay with the Pioneers. Tyler Pace one more time. Feet inside. Pass knocked down. Gets through to the far crease. Here's Brumley. And again, Chiliano with a shoulder stop. Pioneers peppering here. Jones shooting. And you're not getting it past the stick side shoulder of Chiliano. Now a broken stick on the play. See if the Pioneers want to go at that. Bromley scores! Goal scoring picking up in period 2, and Bromley puts the Pios back in front.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that was that broke his stick. Might have been Kaminsky on the defensive end, but you said, Jake, are they going to get him involved in a two-man game? And they attacked him right away, and that's what you do. Guy with no stick, either get him in a two-man game or just attack him right away. And a nice pick there from Benesh, and Bromley found the space, went twister 5-hole on Chiliano to restore the 1-goal lead. And these two teams are starting to trade goals now. We're up to 11.
Zabo a clean win. I'm a little surprised they didn't bring McKenzie back to the faceoff dot because he has had success.
Yeah, and McClellan, unfortunately, for him, hasn't been as successful as McKenzie, who probably won 4 of the first 5 here in this period.
Yeah, I mean, some guys just have the move to beat other guys, right? It's a little glorified game of rock, paper, scissors sometimes. And if you got the quick clamp or the pinch and pop and you're quicker than the other guy or stronger than the other guy, sometimes you can dominate a faceoff dot, and that's why you like to have more than one guy do that job.
Much better job by Ladner getting off the floor that time, as Standing Buffalo really starting to work their transition game.
Evans on the flipper to Dixon. Those two spent some time together early in Dixon's career in Calgary, if I'm not mistaken, Teddy.
Yep.
Where Sean Evans was moved along from Calgary. Dixon of the Hayden variety to Mitch Jones. Inside, Keith couldn't reach up for that one. Long feet up on the mark. Kaminsky. It's a fashion choice with the footwear.
He's got a leg sleeve, bright orange shoes, a half sock, and a knee wrap. A little bit of everything.
Peach shoes with lime green laces.
I love it.
Do you?
Absolutely.
Okay. Shatler right on. Del Bianco didn't know much about it, but he kept it in front of him. A long feed up here to Hanari. It's caught up in his feet. As he'll bounce off a check, bring it forward, kicked it off. Here's Mitch Jones, and he shot it wide. And he ends up in the crease of Chiliano, who gives him a tap on the backside. Brandon Murphy will play back for Shetler. And then Dixon took his eye off that one, and it ends up in the stick of Claire. He'll turn, fire up for Barker, who drops one. Now Adamson. Case of the dropsies here for both teams.
Little nervous energy right now in a tight 6-5 lacrosse game. And we got a goalie timeout coming up momentarily.
Hayden Dixon denied by Chiliano. I think he might have been in the crease anyways. And here's our media timeout in period number 2. As Ladner out shooting Standing Buffalo 33-24, but just have a 1-goal lead here at 6-5.
Want to get your company's name on a broadcast with Jake and I? Well, we're seeking advertising partners to keep our lacrosse free for everyone. We have a number of advertising opportunities available. Together, we can create a tailor-made package for you. Just shoot us an email, info@bcsports.tv. Contact us today. Don't make us call you, you call us. Oh, hey, how about try to help you figure out how to win some money? Embrace the unexpected with CoolBet, the official sports book of the 2024 President's Cup. Check out the upcoming games for the President's Cup at coolbet.com and dive into the action today with the best odds in lacrosse. Gambling can be addictive, so over at CoolBet, we always say stay cool, bet responsibly.
Speaking of CoolBet, Teddy, our good buddy Patty Gregoire calling you out big time in the chat. Brett Hickey, I don't know, he tagged me in there for some reason.
He's not from Wallaceburg, maybe?
I didn't say it. He's from Windsor.
Oh, that's a W name.
You were close. You were close.
Sorry, Pat. Sorry, Brett. Sorry, everyone from Wallaceburg.
And Windsor, I suppose.
And Windsor, I guess. He's PXP for Sports. I'm at Teddy Jenner. Let us know where you're tuned in from, who you're watching.
Who's your money on here?
6-5, 8.5 left. It's a pick 'em right now. And if you bet the spread, you're looking good. Over is getting close. We're at 11. It was 16.5.
Yeah, I think we're going to get there with ease in this one. We'll see. Evans up top. Good move. Right on goal. And a save there for Del Bianco.
What a stick fake from Baden Boyanko.
He's thick down there is Boyanko. Get him moving downhill. Look out. As Del Bianco, another save there off of Saunders. He's looking to the bench, and here's Jones off it. Brings it in. Mitch Jones. Oh, Chiliano.
Delbs had that dialed up from the moment he saved it. Saw his defenseman running to the bench. Had to wait a couple seconds, but threw it on a rope. But Frank denies Mitch.
7.5 to go in the second. Jeff Scheller around the corner. Shoots in, and Del Bianco stretching out for that save as Irving pins up his man along the end wall. As over comes Cody Adamson to clean out his guy. And now Rittinger into the mix. 3 Pioneers, 2 Fighting Sioux, fighting for this loose ball.
Nicely done, Jake.
And it's Rittinger, the former Junior Adnac, former Langley Thunder senior player.
I was always a big fan of his.
Yeah.
He's got some good game, good speed out of the back end. Looks like he's put on a bit of size.
Took some time off, maybe, and then made his return here to Senior B. James Ray. Benesh inside. Dixon. And a set play there that worked to perfection except the finish.
They gave a reset, but they didn't reset the shot clock.
They'll let him play on here, and good piece of officiating. Ryan Benesh on a toe drag, lost the handle. Nice little pluck there from Jones. He'll feed a low ball for pace. He'll go back to Jones. Tried to shovel inside for Benesh, and he was covered off. And Standing Buffalo will outlet quickly.
Slow numbers here.
Oh, what are you coming over to this side of the floor? Now Johnson will shoot as he had Dixon coming in.
He wanted to get to his strong side, Jake.
Yeah, I guess, but you got Superman coming off the bench, draw and dish.
Yeah, I think Curtis might have a word with him at the intermission.
Maybe,
a good word.
Yeah,
a good word.
Maybe sooner than that. 10 on the shot clock for the Pioneers. Benesh to pace. Inside for Jason Jones. He got clamped. Bromley has a look at the shot clock. Pace will let it fly. Chiliano, a butterfly stump.
Again, Standing Buffalo. Sticks in hands, aggressively playing defense. Just keeping this Ladner team on the back heel.
Scheller with the fresh white bucket. Down low it goes. Saunders. Excuse me, that's Toiaki. He'll shovel in front. It got through to Scheller, and Del Bianco down with a low stop. A ball played ahead here for Hanare. Pioneers hustling to the bench, but it's Hanare all the way. Nice little sidestep score. Clip it for Hanare.
And unfortunately for Standing Buffalo, they kind of got caught watching the play. They had 2 forwards off the floor and didn't send anybody out the back gate, and that just put them down a man. And a great effort from Nathan Hanare, the Kiwi. He just sidestepped his defender, whoop, and then was able to beat Frank 5-hole.
Well, the old sachet right there from Hanare. And a face-off win. Oh, maybe not, as McKenzie bowled over. And it will draw a possession call here for the Fighting Sioux. As we go under 5 here in the second. And it's a 2-goal lead once again for Ladner. They have not been able to stretch it to 3 yet. Dixon with Travis Irving on the hands. A broken stick for Sean Evans. A shot on goal from Dixon was off the side of the net. And Ladner, a lead feed here for Carey. He's got a man in Jones off, but it's Carey all the way.
Yeah, smart play by Jake Carey not to throw that.
Yeah, he was kind of half open there for sure. And now Ray with 13 on the clock, darts low. A roll to the goal. Here's Benesh. A little crowbar check there, knocked it free. And a back check from Ray and a well-timed chop there keeps the play alive.
Nice. Good effort from James Ray.
That's nicely done. Now a 2-on-1 here maybe. James Ray going to shoot. Yes, he will. And he hit the post.
Much more fluid period here in the second.
Yeah, you can start to kind of feel like Ladner's finding their rhythm a little bit here offensively now.
Owen Barker playing a shift to O, banging and crashing in the front.
Here's Ray. Scars. There's the 3-goal lead now. 8-5.
Just a vacate. Again, just creating space. And Ray bounces off Cullen, gets the feed, plants his feet, and fires it right under the left glove of Chiliano. And a 3-goal lead now with 3:36 remaining.
Dangerous times now for the Fighting Sioux. McKenzie, another face-off win to Toporowski.
Probably could have gotten called for kicking through the cross there. But officials letting him go here. Important here for the Fighting Sioux to have a good shift.
Ball loose. Davidson up with it, pinwheeling through defenders, turned it over to Evans with a new shaft on his stick, and now what do we got? Penalty call coming, as Evans didn't like the late shot from Hanari, and Del Bianco will step in front of that and try and calm Evie down.
And it's going to be Schattler heading to the box, I believe, for a slash. And it was a hefty one. You could hear it all the way up here in our skybox.
Herbie John emphatic with that slashing call.
Yeah, and the one thing for the Fighting Buffalo or the Fighting Sioux, they can't afford to just keep sending this power play on. You got to keep your emotions in check. I know this is a very tough game, a tough environment to play in. It's your first game of the President's Cup, maybe ever at the President's Cup for some of these guys. You just got to rein it in a bit. And, you know, it's going to have to come from guys like Schattler and Evans and Dixon to kind of lead the way. And as we see Schattler, the one taking the penalty.
So Mitch Jones will set things up. Benesh and Pace on the shooters. Oh, excuse me, it's Bromley with Benesh down on the crease along with Hayden Dixon. Jones on the drag. Benesh looking in the middle. Pace cutting through. Here's Hayden Dixon. Scars. Here come the Pioneers. 9-5. Power play goal, Hayden Dixon.
Heavy wind up here from Dixon. Double seal from Bromley. Pace clears out. And then look at the wind up. Couple clutches and then goes short side on Chiliano. That's a shooter shot from Toey, Hayden Dixon.
So now with 2:52 here to go, largest lead of the game for Ladner. And a face-off win for Zabo, who has had his way with Cleland. And it's another offensive possession here to come for Pieball. Jason Jones on there with Keith.
Playing a little 4-on-4 with Sean Evans all the way down the offensive zone.
Doucette will hang out with him. Easiest defensive shift he's played. And there's the stop from Chiliano, standing Buffalo into the offensive zone. Adam Saunders. Quick move. Looks rink wide for Evans. Dixon will get on the back of Doucette. Here's Shatler, flip it. Oh, yeah, Saunders going to the goal. As Adamson will do the job defensively. Nice little hippity hop to get past his man.
He's had a great game here so far.
He has. I've always thought Cody Adamson, like he's always wanted to be an offensive guy, but I felt like he was better suited in a transition defensive role. And here on Ladner, he's not cracking this offensive lineup, and he's flourishing out of the back end. Ray, blocked.
Oh, I got Evie way all the way up the floor. They'll come near side of the boards. Nice handle.
Up the floor it comes. Brandon Murphy holding the stick high. Here's Dixon working with Boyanko. Dixon the quick dart, drawing a penalty call here.
Owen Barker.
Yeah, got the stick up in the grill on Dixon.
So with 1:04 left.
Oh, that's not the call. It's carry on this near side, Teddy.
Ryan Keith coming over having some words with Nate Chason. 2 minutes on the slash, so referee's trying to hone in some of the stick work here.
And I don't mind the, getting a little communication in with the official, but I don't know how much there was to protest in that call, and you don't want to wear that thin early in a tournament. You're going to see these guys again. Dixon, a sub shot. Ball knocked down the floor by Irving.
Just getting some insider information. Standing Buffalo at 86 penalty minutes in their 2 PGLL championship games against the Brewers. Quote, discipline ain't their thing. End quote.
There's Evans.
Scoring is.
Yeah. Beat me to it. Sean Evans with a power play goal. And the Fighting Sioux back within 3. As Evans lets it fly from the point on the sidearm, and Delbianco down a little early.
2 for 3 on the power play so far tonight for the Fighting Sioux.
Well, I mentioned when you can trot out Dixon, Evans, and Shatler onto your power play, I don't care who you're playing, who's in net. Those 3 guys know how to get it done. And if you're the Ladner Pioneers, you need to know that. You just play this team 5-on-5. You're going to win the game.
A little jump there from McKenzie. And it'll give possession to Ladner, and they'll call timeout here with just under 35 left and a 3-goal lead. Quickly check in on our boys out there in the East. It's 8-5 Six Nations over Peterborough. 6 minutes left in the third as they look to go up 3-2 in the MSL Finals.
Well, they got down 2-0 in that series and have won the last 2. Now looking to win Game 5 for the defending Man Cup champions.
And a lot of the talk back east was how good Landon Kells was playing in those first 2 games. And it looks like Six Nations have started to find their way past him, and some of their stars have started to show up a little bit.
I mean, still holding that Chiefs offense to that number.
Yeah. That's a good defense Mike Hazen has in there.
34.7 to go and a full clock here for the Pioneers, but I think they'll keep Delbianco in between the pipes here with that kind of differential, long change, 3-goal lead.
Oh, they're sending 6.
Yeah, I think this may be a ploy here from Ladner more than anything.
My guess is that they'll look for something early. If it's not there, then they'll send somebody off.
Somebody will be coming to the bench pretty quickly, I would think. But they'll just run this down to back off the Fighting Sioux for as much time as possible. And at worst, try and take a 3-goal lead into the break.
Gonna have to make sure somebody gets off here.
Jones a skip feed, and they're not going to bring anyone to the bench.
They got the reset though.
Yeah, I don't. There's pace late. Chiliano the stop. Risky play there for the Pioneers. Works out okay. And they will take a 3-goal lead into the break here of game number 3. As they lead Standing Buffalo Fighting Sioux 9-6, outshooting them 41-31. 20 down, 40 to go, 10-minute break. We're back with third period action. Streaming live here on YouTube, BC Sports.
Woo. That's fresh.
Embrace the unexpected. Cool Bet.
We've had great fans. It's been really motivating for our guys.
We want to put on a good product on the floor for the fans that are going to come here and spend their hard-earned money.
And as Martel slips it 5-hole. And his ball again down the middle. How did he hang on to that? Scores! Keegan Ball!
It's what they did in that room that turned the season around. I don't think we make that run without the support of the fans.
Here's Sean Beatties! And he scores!
What does it mean to be Canadian? It's toughness. It's grit. You know who bears the red and white. You know the history. You know the storylines. And you know its weight. I've been there. I know what it takes. It's preparation for domination. It's the brotherhood so you could. It's long nights and longer days. That separates the good from the greats. This is Canada.
Woo. That's fresh.
Embrace the unexpected. Cool Bet.
We've had great fans. It's been really motivating for our guys.
We want to put on a good product on the floor for the fans that are going to come here and spend their hard-earned money.
And as Martel slips it 5-hole. And his ball again down the middle. How did he hang on to that? Scores! Keegan Ball!
It's what they did in that room that turned the season around. I don't think we make that run without the support of the fans.
Here's Sean Beatties! And he scores!
What does it mean to be Canadian? It's toughness. It's grit. You know who bears the red and white. You know the history. You know the storylines, and you know its weight. I've been there. I know what it takes. It's preparation for domination. It's the brotherhood so you could. It's long nights and longer days. That separates the good from the greats. This is Canada.
Woo. That's fresh.
Embrace the unexpected. Cool bet.
We've had great fans. It's been really motivating for our guys.
We want to put on a good product on the floor for the fans that are going to come here and spend their hard-earned money.
And as Martel slips it 5-hole. And his ball again down the middle. How did he hang on to that? Scores! Keegan Ball!
It's what they did in that room that turned the season around. And like we make that run with all the support of the fans.
Here's Sean Beatties! And he scores!
What does it mean to be Canadian? It's toughness. It's grit. You know who bears the red and white. You know the history. You know the storylines, and you know its weight. I've been there. I know what it takes. It's preparation for domination. It's the brotherhood so you could. It's long nights and longer days. That separates the good from the greats. This is Canada.
Woo. That's fresh.
Embrace the unexpected. Cool bet.
We've had great fans. It's been really motivating for our guys.
We want to put on a good product on the floor for the fans that are going to come here and spend their hard-earned money.
And as Martel slips it 5-hole. And his ball again down the middle. How did he hang on to that? Scores! Keegan Ball!
It's what they did in that room that turned the season around. And like we make that run with all the support of the fans.
Here's Sean Beatties! And he scores! What's up, Lacrosse fans? Welcome back inside the Ladner Leisure Center. It's set for the third period. Pioneers up on the Fighting Sioux 9-6. Spencer Bromley and Tyler Pace both lead the Pioneers with 4 points. Sean Evans leads Standing Buffalo with 4 points of his own. 41-31 your shots on goal with 20 minutes to play here in game number 3. Muskies, Arrows come up next. Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. We're underway here in period number 3. Jake Elliott, Teddy Jenner with you on BC Sports TV.
We say Deal a while ago? Is that what it was?
What?
Is that one of the Mohawk names for lacrosse? Deal a while ago?
Dewa Alado.
Dewa Alado.
Yes. Yes, indeed. We'll touch on that a little later tonight. Yes, it's Mohawks against Seneca to cap off day 1.
Technically Allegheny.
You know what I'm saying.
Maybe not all our listeners do. Oh, chin strap.
Uh-oh. There we go. Barker is up. Give him the ball. Doucette wants it instead, and he's stopped by Chiliano.
It's a big period here for Standing Buffalo, especially the first 5 minutes. Get a goal here, get some momentum, quiet this crowd down, put some doubt in Ladner's mind, and see if he can't chip away.
Wanko to Dixon, who's got 2 in this game. Shoots in. Delmanco. No trouble with that one. A long ball up here. And it's into the feet of Hayden Dixon, but Mitch Jones will run it down the corner. Jones holding on, driving back in, and looks short side this time, and Chiliano able to get a piece of that.
I think he's got to get that net on.
Here's Dixon now. All sorts of rim there, and he tucks it into the net that's way off the goal line, but that's on Chiliano and nobody else.
They refilled the air horn.
Yeah, apparently. Can't wait for a week straight of that.
Well, I happen to be right below it at the Palace on Poirier for all those Coquitlam games. Let me tell you, it does not feel good on your ears. But as much as we said, it was an important period for Standing Buffalo. Also an important period for the Ladner Pioneers. We've talked about it. They're 2-time defending champs. They're the hosts. They're the favorites here. They got to start to put a little gas to the pedal.
Here comes Carey in transition. Chiliano standing tall. Stop with the Woody.
It's a good stop from Frank after giving up the last one.
Here comes Shawnee Evans. Peterborough's finest. As they'll try and swim, a spin. Still Evans with it, a little rim now. Feeds back down to the crease. And a hard check thrown there by Barker to knock it loose.
Yeah, Reed Murphy just overpowered there from Owen Barker.
Got a penalty here on the other side of the floor, once again away from the ball. And it's going to be Hanari, I think that's going to go.
I think Evans is asking for 5. I didn't see it as it was away from the play, and we were kind of both watching the transition. But the officials blew the whistle down right away.
One thing about Herbie John is he'll give you a little leash to communicate. He's more than happy to kind of explain his calls.
Yep.
Not every official is willing to do that, and I really appreciate about that Herbie John's officiating.
Those are the refs you really enjoy. They don't sort of just brush you off and say no.
You know, like I'm better than you sort of thing. Just the conversation is sometimes all it takes to kind of calm yourself down.
Yep.
But it's an important power play here for the Fighting Sioux of Standing Buffalo. And Evans will work the point. Here's Shetler. Skip it across Del Bianco. Clip it. Where is it? It's in.
They went to that look twice. The first time, Boyenko didn't handle it, and Shatler just showing faith in his teammate. They ran the exact same play. Shatler to Boyenko, one more.
Oh, he almost stopped it, Teddy. I thought he did. Toporowski tucks it in, and there's the power play goal. They're back within 3. Oh, just across the line. That would have been the save of the year right there. He went post to post to post.
That's a big goal for the Fighting Sioux. Cut it back down to 3. Now you just got to stop trading goals.
Evans got a pretty healthy whack on his counterpart, 88. Here's Brumley. And Chiliano a low save. Keith to Jason Jones, now brother Mitch. Pace, tucks, shoots. Chiliano another stop.
Numbers.
They got numbers indeed. Johnson up. And here comes Murphy. He'll feed off, and Jones on the back check knocked it free.
Way too lackadaisical there from Murphy. In a 3-goal game on a 2-on-1, you got to be going all out, knowing guys are coming from behind you.
So the Pioneer offense is back on. This is Ryan Benesh with it.
Pios need to get Tyler Pace involved in this game.
He does have 4 assists, but has not found the back of the net yet as Hayden Dixon puts it wide. Here's Ray with a laser beam right on, and Chiliano on that familiar knee-style stop right there. Schaller will wait for a little support to come on. Now he's going to look towards the net, shoots it, and Delbienko will find it off the end wall. Here's Keith busting to the net, and a good interception as the ball was a little underthrown, and Curtis Dixon with the interception. 10-7 Pioneers.
We have hit the over officially.
There's an interception for Hanare, and he can really wheel. He's got Pace coming up. Hanare off to Pace, hit the trailer. It's clear, back to Pace. Right to the top, scores. That's good lacrosse right there.
I thought Pace threw one too many, and then I thought Claire threw one too many. But very unselfish lacrosse from the Pioneers. And then Pace does what any good attackman will do in field lacrosse. Follow your D guy, get to the front of the net, and put it far side under the glove of Chiliano. As we now start to see all the teams in this tournament filing in, the opening ceremonies will take place immediately after this and before the final game of the night.
Can't wait. Just kidding. Face off. Carry. Right to the rack. And, had a little room there. We had a good angle on that. And Chiliano stayed snug to his short side pipe.
Look out.
Turnover. Adamson after it. 8-second count. And it's Pioneer ball.
The Fighting Sioux are going to probably feel a lot of pressure up the floor as this game goes on. They're going to have to do a better job breaking out of their own end.
We'll play 4-on-4 down in the offensive zone as James Ray scores. Clip it. Oh, what a goal from James Ray. Goes airborne on the dive and shoots a sub shot to the back of the net.
Just a little rollback dodge, gets past his man. Might have been in the crease, but the referees will call it a good goal. Get a great look here. Just rolls under, uses his big body.
I mean, even if it was, I'm
still
all
a great
for
goal.
Give the guy the goal when he puts a highlight reel marker up like that.
Well, come on.
Yeah, settle down, you goalies.
Not even a goalie.
I know, but I'm saying, you know, those are the guys that are going to be like, no, no, no. But that's what the fans want to see, stuff like that. Pace will take it from Jones. And he'll give it right back, and Mitch will shoot it off his shoulder and out of play. And now he's into it here, Keith and Cleland. And I think Keith is going to be the only guy to take a penalty here.
The retaliatory penalty on Keith. And he's got to be careful he doesn't get another one here. He'll sit for 2 or less on the rough. And Pace will now come over and have some words with Mark Smith about the call.
All this coming with 14 and a half minutes to go in this third period with the Pioneers up 5 now. But a chance to get it right back down to 4 here with a power play goal, and the Fighting Sioux have been dangerous with the man advantage.
2 for 3 so far by my count. That would signify dangerous.
Let's go with it. Schattler to Dixon. Pass knocked down, intended for Evans. Evans will scoop it up and shovel across for Schattler. All the while, the shot clock ticking down. Jeff Schattler spins on Carey. Skip across. Delbianco there well in time. There's a diving effort for Hanari as he knocks it loose for Carey. He'll run onto a loose ball. He's going to drive right to the goal. Won't shoot it.
Smart play. Smart play. You're short. You want to kill time. Don't give them a free possession back by taking a bad shot on your wrong side. Great play there by Jake Carey.
Pace with all sorts of room. Didn't take advantage of it. So he'll back himself right to the wall. Now Benesh late in the shot clock here will turn and throw into the net. Chiliano gave up a rebound to Mitch Jones. Here's Benesh off the post.
Would have liked to have seen them eat another 30 there, but a good look for Benny.
Boyanko with a nice move to free himself up.
And Evans already down the offensive zone.
.30 seconds to go in the power play as Dixon will play the point now. Schattler having a look at goal. Dixon back to Schattler, wasn't ready.
I can see a little more movement from this power play. A lot of passing of the ball around the outside.
And a shot clock violation on the man advantage, not what you're looking for. As a Port Moody bounce pass gets past Doucette. Right at center.
Right through his wickets.
He's got to take that one off the shins and soak it.
Keith out of the box, back to even strength. 12 and a half to go in the third.
Well, Pioneers kill it off. Kick stop from Delbianco. Oh, clear the loose ball.
Evans with a low cross check right to the small of Travis Irving's back.
Not the first time he's done that. Won't be the last. Irving battling. Comes up with it. He'll turn in behind the goal and feed out in front for Brumley. But the Fighting Sioux will stop on defense with Cleland.
Shift there by Irving. Started out with the defensive zone.
Cleland trying a shot in transition that Delbianco will handle.
And a much nicer pass to Jacob Doucette. And Delbianco just screaming at him to hold up.
53-36, your shots Pioneers now. As here's Benesh looking to get off the Schneid. Feet across, Keith. Off the mark. Over and back on the Pioneers.
A lot of extra one-hand chops being thrown.
It is the President's Cup, and it's a long week of lacrosse here, and you can soften up your opponent, you're going to do it. Oh, there's a hard hit. Barker on Schattler.
I think that was teammate on teammate.
All right.
Toporowski ran right into Schattler.
There's Toporowski with a backhand shot nowhere near the goal. That's the thing about this Ladner team, as skilled as they are, they can pretty much play any kind of game you want.
Yep. They don't mind mixing it up.
Irving, Barker, Matt Beers can step off the bench if you need him to.
Pretty sure they're hoping they don't need to.
No. I don't think they will.
No. Talking to him at the Minto Cup, and he just said, man, I wish I could be out there playing in this because it's just so much fun. He was wearing his jersey from the 2010 Minto Cup when they won it.
Evans, speaking of Minto Cups, 07. Here he is. He actually, I think, won 2 Mintos, did he not?
Yeah. One with Six Nations and one with the Borough. Oh, and Delbs.
Like he Might have took that one in the nether regions, Teddy, as he'll get a little reprieve to shake that stinger off.
And it's the other under 10 break as well.
Well, it works out nicely for him and the Pioneers with 9:57 to go and Pie Ball up 5.
And something we just, I don't like to say it, but something we'll have to keep an eye on is Irving and Evans as this final 10 minutes play out. The Vancouver Warriors, proud to sponsor the President's Cup and BC Lacrosse Association. Their season runs from December to May down at Rogers Arena with season tickets, get this, starting at just $225. You can find all the details at vancouverwarriors.com. Warriors Brain Trust in attendance.
They are Jason Thorne, Kurt Mawowski, Dave Sheldon, Rob Williams. Can I put my name on that list? I suppose I could.
I don't know if you're part of the Brain Trust.
Yeah, I don't know. Or even Trust, for that matter.
So Del Bianco and Chiliano get some water, as do their teammates. And it's a 5-goal game here. And James Ray will come all the way back in his own zone to grab the ball to start.
And rare is the arena where it is hotter inside than out during the summertime, but here we are inside the Leisure Center where it is much cooler outdoors than in.
Yeah, it's stifling in here. Rumor has it we're getting a fan tomorrow.
Let's go. Set play on here for the Pioneers. Tyler Pace on the turn. Feed to the crease for Bromley, who couldn't handle that one cleanly and gets called in the. What do we got here?
I'm not sure. Referee's just going to talk it over. Wanted to make sure it didn't go off anybody.
Fighting Sioux ball.
Pie ball and Sioux ball?
Sure. Buffalo ball. Toporowski for Dixon. That one went off his hip. Because that's really, when you slap together a team like this, they're just not going to have that kind of chemistry that a team like Ladner will. Clear! Air clear. Scores.
Nine different scores here for the Pioneers. As Claire runs in transition, we're just starting to see a little tiredness come from the Standing Buffalo team. And the Pioneers starting to flex their muscle here in the third.
Lead up to 6, clock down to 9. A face-off win for Standing Buffalo. Don't forget, opening ceremonies come up here next from Ladner, and then the 8 p.m. final game of day 1. The Muskies of Snake Island, as there's a nice one for Toporowski. As he puts that one cleanly past Del Bianco. But Snake Island will get their first game of the tournament in 8 o'clock tonight, Pacific time, of course, as I'm sure they'll be up late back in Mohawk territory as they will take on the Arrows of Allegheny, playing their second game of the day. Winners earlier, 7-6 over the Miners of Edmonton.
And that was a fantastic game. Talking with head coach Billy D. Smith during the intermission here of this game. And he said, man, Chase won that game for us. And I said, yep, he absolutely did. He was phenomenal.
MVP of the game. Penalty call coming here to the Fighting Sioux.
Maybe 2 penalties. And this might get a little out of hand here. Hopefully, again, hopefully not. And all 3 officials, yeah, there's going to be 2 penalties coming up here, I think.
Is it 2 separate calls?
I don't know. All 3 officials had their hands up.
A legal cross-check, certainly one. I think it's going to be a Pioneer penalty. No?
No, Standing Buffalo penalty. But I could have sworn Nate Chason had his hand up for a hold on the far side.
And did they put 2 goals? Is it 13-8 or 13-7? Did they put 2 goals up?
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's 8.
Okay. Jones. Chiliano a little unsure, but made the stop.
Good one-timer from Jones.
I could have swore it was 13-6, and then Toporowski scored to make it 13-7.
Well, Jake, I hate to tell you this.
All right.
You're wrong.
I'll take it. Here's Jones. He'll change that in a hurry.
Sure will. Jones, Ray, Adamson, and Hayden Dixon all with 2, along with Spencer Bromley. And it's now 14-8 with 8 minutes to go. Shots 56-38 in favor of the hosts.
Do we want to maybe take a peek at tomorrow's schedule, Tedward?
Sure, bud.
Yeah, do that. I know I got 3, you got 3, but there is 4 games tomorrow. Here comes
Five games
Five
tomorrow.
games tomorrow, excuse me. Another penalty call coming here.
Busiest day of the tournament. Once this penalty gets called, we'll break down tomorrow's schedule.
The Muskies getting ready to go next. Pace. Jones. Tyler Pace. Rockets one right off the crossbar.
Oh, it's going to be a slashing call.
Upcoming schedule tomorrow.
Yeah, buddy. Starts at, get ready for this, 8 a.m. Edmonton versus Standing Buffalo.
Oh.
11, Snake Island versus Victoria. 2 o'clock, Six Nations versus Allegheny. 5 o'clock, Victoria versus Standing Buffalo. So the Shamrocks and Fighting Sioux will both play twice.
Yeah.
And then the final game, maybe a marquee matchup, is Edmonton will play 2 in the day, as Ladner will take on the Miners.
Well, the Pioneers will get the Miners on the back half of a doubleheader.
That's putting the schedule to your advantage.
That's what you do when you're hosting. That's what you should do anyways. Dixon. Oh, man, that one caught the post and stayed out. Here's Jones inside whiffing on a quick stick. And who's coming up with this one? Shot clock ticking down. Jones finally digs it free.
Good battle there along the boards by Benesh and Jones to find that loose ball.
Here's Jones again. That time Chiliad. Rebound by Benesh. Another chance.
Oh!
And how did Frankie stop that? Clip it. That was ridiculous. 1, 2, 3 stops from Chiliano. Keeps it a 6-goal deficit. As the Pioneers have reached 60 shots in this one. As Dixon whips one to the goal. As Standing Buffalo, their next shot on goal will be their 40th.
60 shots in a game.
And still 6 minutes to play. And you just wonder, can Chiliano, who is playing in his first President's Cup, keep this up for a week straight?
Can he do it twice in one day is the bigger question.
Ray, Dixon, Chiliano, another good save.
You know you're always going to get the best from Frankie no matter what type of game it is, no matter who he's playing. But it just kind of start to wear on you as this tournament goes along.
He's just a big man, Teddy. I mean, it takes a toll.
Sure does, especially the amount that he kind of goes up and down and on his backside, having to get back up and all that gear.
Playing in this heat and facing the arsenal here of the Pioneers, who are going to get another chance. And Benesh stopped down low. There's a nice loose ball there, gathered in by Jason Jones. Dixon again. That one blocked by a Fighting Sioux defender. And that's a softie coming here on Hayden Dixon.
Well, those are those one-hand chops they've been letting go most of this game.
That was a love tap.
Chiliano to the bench, 6-on-5 here for Standing Buffalo.
Dixon to Shatler, back to Curtis Dixon, who will load up. Feet back to Shatler, a floater, Del Bianco. A save and the whistle with 4:28 to go. Time for a Standing Buffalo power play.
The fans here agree with you, Jake. Thought it was a rather soft call.
It's just one of those that made a good noise more than anything and drew the official into making that call.
Tupperware on hard plastic.
scoreline might have had something to do with it as well.
Yeah, I think the referees just realized kind of what's happening here, scoreline wise, and want to just make sure it doesn't get out of control.
So the power play unit back out. And Schaller sets it up for Boyenko. And that.
Is that not clearly in?
Give me a replay here after this James Ray attempt. Scores. That's a goal on the other end. And that's what I'm talking about with white nets.
I have to go a little further back than that, unfortunately.
Just missed it?
Yeah.
I mean, that was in. I'll stake a claim on that thing. That's exactly, I mean, Fighting Sioux just stopped playing because they thought they had a goal, and they should have.
Unless it was the butt end of Del Bianco's stick that hit the back of the net, but I'm with you. I think that was in the net.
Georgie says it's in, Teddy.
Oh, he's the wisest.
He's got the best view at it as well with a high-powered, high-definition camera. Under 4 we go here in the third. Not that I think it's going to affect the outcome one way or the other, but I would hate to get into a gold medal matchup and have something like that happen in a one-goal game.
Or a team misses out on a goal differential.
Yeah.
Good loose ball there from Standing Buffalo.
Schaller, save for Del Bianco, and he'll reach out of his crease for this one. Looking like an older Jack Cask. Here's Ray. He's got a man coming to the goal. Barker. Oh, he dip and dunk, but step in the crease.
I thought we were going to get some dip and dunk funk from Owen Barker.
We did, but he could not stay out of the paint.
Well, it doesn't count then.
It does not. It remains 15-8. Still 45 seconds to go in the penalty time to Dixon, a Schaller and a quick stick, and Del Bianco just as quick.
Yeah, wise to that one.
Down to 3 minutes to go in this one, and the defending champs, the two-time defending champions, will start their tournament on the right foot here on home soil, 1-0.
I'm just going to keep my eye on Irving and Evans down here the far end.
They're talking. And I don't think it's a particularly friendly conversation.
Nope, I'm sure they've battled many a time when Irving was in the National Lacrosse League and Evans was. Two very hard-working, fierce competitors.
And Irving into him with another cross check, and this time he's going to go.
No, it's Evans.
Oh, okay.
It's Evans on the slash to Irving's shin. Saw it coming. Passes it off, and then as he goes, there's one chop from Irving. Evans doesn't like it and watch the slash to the legs.
Oh, yeah. Crafty. Not crafty enough, I suppose. As he gets caught, and Ladner will finish this game a man up.
I know they're up, 7 now? But I think one area of concern for Russ Freilich and his crew is, by my count, 1 for 5 with the man advantage with this potent offense. I know you're shooting on Frank, but to win this tournament, you have to score in the man advantage.
Oh, I think it'll get going in due time here. They're just too good not to. Jones, stick save Frankie as he finds it in his leg pad. And outlets for Schaller, who bobbled that one at center, but stays with it. Chin strap undone here for shots. Nope, we're good.
Just the laces on his jersey.
Yeah, caught me off guard.
I thought so, too, at one point.
Oh, what happened there? Clip it. What happened?
Come on. I think even
he went to catch the ball and his shaft broke in two.
I think it was when he D'd up on Bromley, and Bromley kind of went shaft on shaft and snapped it. And that's why Bromley went off.
I don't know if I've ever seen a stick break on a catch. That was crazy. Ray Benesh.
Oh, what a look.
That's pretty.
Enough. He finally got one. Get the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Benesh with a power play goal set up from James Ray. Your lead up to 8. And what? You know, we were talking this game was 4-4, Teddy. 12-4 run here for the Pioneers since then. Start thinking about MVPs, my friend.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, Cody Adamson, I know it's not going to have the point totals,
No,
but
he's had a stellar lacrosse game. Rays leads the team with 3 goals.
there's a bit of a drop there from Carey. Frankie way out of his goal.
He wants to get in the action.
Yeah. I've seen him come out near center a couple of times throughout his career.
Well, he had the fight with Bold.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like with the ball in
Yeah,
the stick.
yeah.
Look out. That's dangerous right there for Claire, who had an open gate at the Pioneer bench, and that could have been a lot worse than it ended up.
See, players just playing lacrosse in the change box, not an automatic penalty.
Well, if it's a penalty, it's a penalty. That wasn't a penalty.
Exactly, that's what I said.
Okay. How many more games do we have today? One more to go.
We're each a part of 18 games this week, so.
Quit bickering with me. Tyler Pace stopped on the doorstep.
Final 8 seconds.
And Standing Buffalo up with it in no particular hurry to goal here. And they will drop this one to the Pioneers. 16-8 your final. As Ladner, 3 horns for the victory.
50 saves for Frank.
Yeah, they outshoot Standing Buffalo 66-44 in this one. And they hang 16, on, it's been a long day. They hang 16 on the Fighting Sioux here as we'll get game MVPs.
Sean Evans led the way with a goal and 3 assists for Standing Buffalo.
Can you give a goaltender the MVP when he allows 16? But I feel like
Bromley had 2 and 4, Pace 1 and 5 to lead the Pioneers. This might be a tough one to call.
Yeah. Dixon?
You know what? I'm going to go James Ray and Toporowski.
All right.
You?
Well, I haven't looked at the stats here, Teddy, but just off the freshness of my mind, I will say Tyler Pace and Sean Evans.
All right. Don't forget, after the opening ceremonies take place here, we will have the Muskies and the Arrows at 8 p.m.
Right here on BC Sports TV, free on the YouTube channel. Still advertising opportunities available to you. Info at bcsportstv.tv.
.tv.
You're right there. You see it.
James Ray coming over saying hi to the wife and kids.
Mom's in the crowd as well.
Yep. Couple guys having a little post-game chin wag. So an impressive showing for Ladner Pioneers, and we talked about, what I expected to start this game, and I thought we needed to see this Pioneers team kind of flex a muscle, make a statement early on, and it was a bit of a slow start, but once they kind of got the motors running, it was a clinical performance from the Pioneers and Christian Del Bianco between the pipes. 36 saves for Delps.
John Burke out on the turf to announce game MVPs once again. Oh, he called it, Jenner. Toporowski.
3 for 4 and 3.5 for 4.
And there you go. Take the helmet off for the picture. There you go.
Oh.
Well, there's a bit of a curveball. Not that Nate didn't play his tail off like he always does, but
goal and 2 assists.
Like to see the D guys get a little recognition.
Absolutely.
All right, that'll wrap it up for game number 3. Once again, Pioneers outshoot Standing Buffalo 66-44. They outscore them 16-8. Opening ceremonies next, and then we're back with the nightcapper on day number 1, Snake Island Muskies, Allegheny Arrows. It comes up at 8 o'clock Pacific time, and it comes up right here on BC Sports TV from Ladner, the President's Cup in 2024.